All right. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Uh, so, ladies, uh, basket stuffing, am I right? Anywho, welcome back to yet another stand-up comedy routine. For those that don't know, my name is Richard, middle name Inya, last name Mouth. Like I always say, the ladies can call me Dick, the gentlemen can call me Richard, and if you're neither of those, well, you can call me anytime. All right, it's been a while since I've done one of these stand-up routines, and one thing that I've noticed is that I've spent a lot of time talking about stuff that's going on in the world because, well, let's be honest, just about everything feels like a major news story. But one thing that I haven't really done is dive into my personal life or bring up some things about myself. So I figured that for this routine, I'm going to do that, change things up just a little bit because everybody loves change, am I right? So I think the best place for me to start would be by reminiscing about Easter. I gotta tell you, Easter was one of my favorite holidays when I was a kid. Doing all kinds of fun things like painting Easter eggs or, making breakfast on Easter Sunday at my local church, or that time that I took a picture with someone who claimed to be a mall Easter bunny outside of an Applebee's. It's glorious. I remember when I was 8 years old, I went on an Easter egg hunt and found something very special inside an Easter egg. And no, it wasn't money. It wasn't a golden necklace with a little cross on it. It was a baby chick. That's right, a baby chick. Of course, I ended up running into the mother of said baby chick, and the mother decided to peg me to death with its beak. Getting pegged by something ended up becoming a later dream of mine. I mean, I sometimes wish that something was a goth chick, but at this point, I'll take what I can get, you know? My teenage years in life weren't really much better after that. You know, I sometimes think that I'm smart, or at least that's what I tell myself after I get drunk on spiced rum, but I do think that I am an intelligent motherfucker. Sometimes it's to my own detriment because when I was a teenager, I applied to a lot of colleges and universities, and just about all of them rejected me. Hell, I even applied for homeschooling and got rejected. Isn't that crazy? You know what else is crazy? The reaction my parents had when I told them that I was going to do stand up comedy. They thought that I was crazy. They were like, there's no way you could do stand up. You're not funny. It's 2026. Anything that's said as a joke could get you canceled, Richard. Well, you may have thought it was crazy that I started doing stand up comedy, Mom and Dad, but I think it's crazy that you are responsible for me balding before I turned 30. Oh, that's right. I can't hide the truth any longer. I'm balding. Oh, I mean, I don't think I can get too mad about it. I mean, it's kind of a genetics thing, if you will. My dad was bald. My grandpa is bald. Even my aunt Cheryl is bald. Well, she's in remission now, so she's not balding anymore. But man, you gotta see her hairdo now. She kind of looks like Sid Phillips from Toy Story. Man. By the time I got done with my so-called college years, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I thought about taking up carpentry, but, you know, I think you need to be a carpenter to do that, you know? in last name and in profession too. I wanted to be a plumber, but I'm not Italian and I don't stomp on turtles for a living, so that was out. Uh, I gotta be honest, stand up comedy was kind of a special place for me, you know? I remember watching old stand up comedy routines of George Carlin and Robin Williams, and I gotta say, like, it touched me in a way that I had never really been touched before, you know? Man, I just can't help but feel nostalgic whenever I watch that stuff, you know? It felt warm inside, you know? It made me want to, like, rub myself with baby oil. Guess my reminiscence are a bit of a freak off, but nonetheless, I enjoy doing stand up. And I really hope, for the love of all that is holy, that you enjoy my stand up too, because I really, really want to make a good living out of this. I think I just blacked out for a second. I think I might have to, get a drink of water or tequila to really mellow me out, but I think I need to get back on track. So, as far as the stuff that's happening in the world, baseball season just started up, that's pretty cool. Man, I gotta tell you, another one of my dreams was to be a professional baseball player. That kind of stopped when I was 13. Not because I wasn't good at the sport, but because one day I was catching for someone and I got distracted for just a tiny bit of a second, and instead of hitting my glove, the ball went bam at the crotch area. As a matter of fact, my left testicle is still purple to this day. I could show you it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on YouTube. You might have to subscribe to my OnlyFans for that. But aside from not playing baseball, I still enjoy watching it whenever I get the chance. Let me know in the comments section what your favorite team is. And if it's a good team, you're probably a bandwagon fan. And if it's a bad team, well, you're just an idiot. And if it's somewhere in between, oh, well, would you look at that? Time is almost up for me, which can only mean one thing. It is time for me to tell my 5 jokes that I'm sure will tickle your ribs and fracture your spine. All right. This first one seems kind of fitting, what with it being Easter and all. Why don't eggs tell jokes? They might crack up. What did one wall say to the other wall? I'll meet you at the corner. I once saw a Pepsi can working on a press machine, and I thought to myself, that's so depressing. Well, if you didn't like that joke, I was going to tell a joke about time travel, but you didn't like it. And last, but certainly not least, a guy walks into a bar and says, ouch. And those were my 5 jokes that I'm sure will tickle your ribs and fracture your spine. So, as we close the books here, my name is Richard, middle name Inya, last name Mouth, and like I always say, no one is above the law. Unless you're a Republican. Good night, everybody!